Check it out. We're looking at Godzilla Heist issue 1 today. Man, this book is so much fun, but I gotta point out, it's got that new IDW logo on the front, and man, I do not like that. I remember talking about that when I first saw it. Reminds me of that DC logo with the flipping back page. Spent hundreds of thousands of dollars designing the thing. Look just god awful. You're gonna switch to later on. They're gonna be going back to their regular logo, mark my words. But this cover is fantastic. It speaks to my soul. This is my favorite kind of just regular prose fiction, is the pulpy trash detective heist type novel. And let's look at this cover and compare it to one of my favorites here. Like, it's the same. Maybe a little less scandalous, but it's like that same sort of shit. I love it. Bob Eggleton just knocking it out of the park. Only breaking my heart that he's not actually doing the inside illustrations, because when I do flip it open, it looks very different. This is written by Jensen with art by Kelsey Ramsay, and it looks good. This is a great looking book, and it's well written. It's just hard to live up to Bob Eggleton there. That guy's just the Godzilla master, you know. He's been doing so long, and it always looks so good. And he was really able to tap into that pulpy trash novel type of vibe you get from those just real old 5 for $1 at the library sale bins. My favorite type of books. But this is a whole lot of fun. We have a pretty good heist set up with this fella here. We get a little bit of a backstory to him, and we just get the vaguest introduction of all the different crew members for this heist we're going to be having going on here. But this introduction thing here is real cool, with him breaking into the casino and using Godzilla's distraction to get into all the loot. Like, that is a pretty good plan, and it's just left mildly ambiguous how he does it. He's able to control Godzilla's rage and direct it using drones, but we don't know how he's able to actually draw it in. Now, this threw me out a little, but the shift in art style here is for a flashback, so it does work, and you can tell that they're connected, but still, it is a little bit jarring, but it lets you know that you're in that flashback dream world. This felt a little heavy-handed, anti-government, anti-imperialist to me, with the whole belonging to belonging to Her Majesty and all that such, and taking it from the Indians. But at the same time, we'll see where it goes. But some of the messaging in these IDW books I've found to be very hitting me over the head and giving me a concussion. And I'm really hoping this book doesn't land in that direction, because it's got a few things pointing that it might go that way later. But I really like the plot so far, and the artwork's good. Here we got our crew that we're introduced to, and you get your very cliche box with introduction text. Oh, no way, the quiet one, who could also rip out your larynx with just her fingernails. Like, okay. Maybe the book isn't that good, but I had fun with it. Also, did you see the kind of trash I like as far as the novels? Like, well, I love this thing, but it's not good. I've read that book probably like 10 times too. Those are the best books, I tell you what, the ones you can just stuff in your back pocket and take with you anywhere. And that's what I love about comics, too. If you're not too worried about them being pristine, you just roll them up and stick them in your back pocket. You can fit like 3 regular-sized comics with you doing that, and you can have yourself a good time at the park after you go for a walk, or if you just get stuck downtown or something, you're waiting on a cab or anything, or Uber these days, I guess, but you get what I'm saying. And that's one of the reasons I fell in love with the comic books, too, was because they were a fun sort of thing you could just take with you and have a good time with the story. But Speaking of stories, I'm yammering on a little bit too much about other things and not this book itself. It has real good pacing. I like all the artwork in it a lot. Again, these covers are gorgeous, and it's hard to live up to that sort of artwork. And but the artwork in here is wonderful, and it was written well. Again, I just hope it doesn't go into the messaging being too obnoxious. I don't mind messaging. It's not like we don't get that in Godzilla shit anyway, but some of the messaging I'm finding, in particular, it just in some of the more I don't know, just comics in general. I wouldn't say indies or mainstream, but just a lot of comics I'm finding these days tend to have some obnoxious political pushing and messaging in them, which I just don't like, because it's never woven well into the story, and that's the big problem with it. But that's this book right here. I had a blast with it. $5 for it, a little bit expensive, but for that seems to be kind of the going rate these days. So I can't really complain too much, especially when it's one of the smaller publishers and not the big two, or I guess three if you're counting Image. But I miss when comics were $3 a piece, and I thought the expensive ones were $4. But I had a lot of fun with this. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 Lawn Flamingos. I'm really looking forward to issue 2 a lot. And I think this will read fantastically when it's collected and you're not having to wait a bunch, because when I got to the end, I was just like, ooh, I need to get to issue 2 right away. And it made me almost wish I'd put it off, which is great, because now I'm just anxious and waiting for the next issue. And that's the best kind of comics to have. That's the true comic experience. You had so much fun. You're dying to get to the next one. So yeah, big success. Had a lot of fun. Looking forward to chatting comics with you later on.